Hey everyone, how's it going? I hope you're all doing well. Today I want to share my tips on how I maintain the 8 languages that I have acquired. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Anne and I am a polyglot and also an avid traveler. And I'm pretty new to starting a YouTube channel for this type of material, so I guess I'm just trying different concepts out. So far the videos that I've put out include like a little bit of traveling and more vlog type videos. But I want to see how this video does where I'm actually sharing my tips in terms of language maintenance specifically. So I do often get asked, Anne, how do you remember 8 languages? And the simple answer is, well, I use them daily. But does that necessarily mean that I have conversations with people in those 8 languages every single day? Not necessarily. Here are some different ways you can expose yourself to the languages that you've acquired so that it stays fresh in your head and you don't forget them. Now, I know that a lot of us are very busy individuals, but everybody has the same 24 hours. For me, I don't always carve out extra time in my day in order to maintain my languages because sometimes that's just really not possible given my schedule. So what I actually like to do is link language maintenance to tasks that I already do on a routine basis. So for example, I work out almost every day, and sometimes while I'm working out, I might listen to a podcast in one of the languages that I want to maintain, or if I'm on the treadmill, I will put on a TV series in a language that I want to maintain. That way, I'm maximizing my time by doing 2 activities at once. Obviously, you can also listen to podcasts or music in the language you want to maintain while you're cooking or cleaning or doing any sort of other activity that doesn't really require you to be like 100% focused. Another habit of mine is reading. I make sure I take time out of every single day to read because it just helps me decompress. But obviously I can choose to read books that are in languages that I want to maintain, and that is something that I do regularly. For example, right now I'm reading a Spanish book, which is the 5th language that I have acquired. For those of you who don't know me very well, I'm actually a piano teacher and vocal coach. That's my main profession. The polyglot stuff is not my career, is not linked to my profession. It's just a hobby really, but I am self-employed as a private music teacher. And one of my former students had a very smart idea. Obviously, she was taking piano lessons with me, but at the same time, she was also like a lover of the French language. And she was already at a pretty intermediate level, but just didn't have opportunities to practice speaking. And so when she found out that I actually speak French as well, she requested that we do all of our piano lessons together in French only. Very smart on her part because she's getting basically twice the value for the same price. This is something that you can consider too. Recently, I did some workout classes in Spanish and in Portuguese. Again, I know I'm linking this back to exercise, but since I'm already going to be doing the class anyway, I might as well find a way to maximize my time. I know a lot of you probably have the habit of journaling or maybe even writing to-do lists or grocery lists. Instead of writing them in your native language, you can choose to write them in languages that you want to maintain. So for a while, especially when I was super active in learning Italian, I would write to all my to-do lists in Italian. And if I wanted to note down something that was memorable, like during the day, I would write that down in Italian, as well as just like organizing my schedule. For a while, I was doing that in Italian. And for me, since I am a musician at heart, one of the things that I love doing is learning songs in the languages that I want to maintain. Or if I'm actively learning a language, I will learn songs in the target language as well. So I love this method because for me, it's more fun. And honestly, you actually never know when you might actually need to sing one of these songs. Because a few months ago, I was invited to this birthday party, but the entire household was Mexican. And most of the people there did not really speak English. And they decided to basically pull out the karaoke machine, and I was actually able to sing Spanish songs, and they were super surprised. Now, some of the things that I've described so far are a little bit more passive, right? Especially when it comes to just watching series in the language that you want to maintain, or listening to podcasts, or listening to music. There are some active strategies that I've already discussed, especially when I talked about the example where my piano student wanted to do the lessons in French instead. That's a little bit more active because you are actually speaking in that language. But if you don't really have anyone in your real life to actually practice maintaining a language with, what you can do is actually find online groups or even groups in person where you can go and practice having conversations with real people. For example, I'm actually part of this online Polyglot group, and in this group, every day there's a meeting for a different language. And if I have the time and energy, I will will occasionally join these groups just to practice actually speaking the languages that I want to maintain. Thank you so much for watching till the end of this video. Even though this video wasn't very long, I still hope you took something of value from it. Please don't forget to leave a comment if you want to hear more of these types of tips or any other suggestions you may have. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!